It was a struggle to be found out by the production people. It was very difficult to meet anyone on the set. To really find work was almost impossible. It was word of mouth that was far more important than anything else. We say that we are a fraternity. We are not. We are fragmented. We are separated by a distance. We don't relate to each other. तो जो लोग कहते हैं एंटरटेनमेंट के लिए बनाते हैं, उसका मतलब है कि राज कपूर जी की फिल्में फ्लॉप होती थी? क्या लोग उनको नापसंद करते थे? क्या वो बुरे डायरेक्टर थे? क्या बिमल रॉय जी की फिल्में फ्लॉप होती थी? वो भी एंटरटेन करती थी, बट दे वर नॉट कॉम्प्रोमाइजिंग इन स्टोरी टेलिंग.
Hi everyone, welcome to Tell Me All, and today I have with us an actor who's been a part of the industry for over 30 years, and you're going to see him next in Despatch. Hello sir, welcome to the Quint, and thank you so much for making the time.
Thank you.
तो आप कितने साल के थे जब आप दिल्ली गए थे? NSD में अप्लाई किया था?
हाफ. नहीं, NSD में अप्लाई तो मैंने 21-22 के आसपास था, राइट आफ्टर माय यूनिवर्सिटी.
हाँ जी. तो आपको वो 21 ईयर रोल का बच्चा याद है? कैसा था?
बच्चा तो नहीं था. 21 साल का, मतलब एंग्री, desperate to really get on with life, get on with what I wanted to do. But till then I was doing what my parents wanted me to do. I mean, finish your graduation, get into the college. Not that I was hating it, but सारे अच्छे अच्छे दोस्त अलग अलग हिंदुस्तान से अलग अलग जगह से लोग आए हुए, and I was coming from this place which was hardly in the map of our country. So I have not wasted even a day when I was doing college. Most of the time I was doing street plays or plays for Hindu college and Ramjas college. I was keeping myself completely busy, 18 hours, 19 hours. It was really working. In my free days I was reading plays, I was reading literature, trying to learn this skill of or the art of speaking in English. ये सारी चीज़ें सीखनी थी मुझे. And Hindi, yes, I came from a very Bhojpuri heavy place. So my Hindi was quite accented. There were too many pronunciation mistakes that I was making. बस इसी में सीखने में ही टाइम जा रहा था मेरा.
This is the man you are today also. That's why sir, the films that you do. वो जो passion है फिल्म का वो बहुत obvious है even 30 years later.
At the age of 18 or 18 and a half, I left my parents, left the comfort of my place, left everything to be this. I feel guilty even if I'm not putting in 100%. After losing those many years with your parents, I still feel uncomfortable about it because I was not with them even till the time they died. If one sacrifices so much, in life for a dream, then you cannot afford not to give 100%. I put in very intense effort into my work because that's the way I am. Half of the time I do it because I'm compensating so many other things that I have lost.
पर वो कभी प्रेशर लगता है कि मुझे ये दिमाग में ये चीज़ है that I lost that time, I wanted to do this, या कभी लगता है कि मैंने अचीव कर लिया कि वो
नहीं, ऐसा अचीव तो इसका मुझे अचीवमेंट वाला चक्कर ही नहीं है मेरा. अब मुझे डिस्पैच मिलती है तो मैं क्या अचीव करके जा रहा हूँ when I'm still feeling nervous and still feeling insecure before getting into the workshop and preparation. Your skill and your experience is getting challenged by one director or one project. I mean, a person like me ever sit back and really sit and look at the laurels that you have achieved. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't cross my mind. The awards and the certificates, they are very good, for your confidence. But they will not help you if you just sit down and keep looking at those frames. It's very important for me to do something new, to give something new, because I get bored with my own things, with my own films that I have done. I can't watch them.
वो चैलेंज आप आपको खुद को ही करते रहते हैं. So if I had to take you back to your initial days in the industry, आपको क्या याद आता है उस दिनों के बारे में?
मैं शूटिंग पे जाना याद आता है, किसी तरह से सेट पे घुसना. It was a struggle to be found out by the production people. It was very difficult to meet anyone on the set if you are not part of the unit. Studio के अंदर घुसना बहुत मुश्किल होता था. To really convince the watchman that you're a genuine one and you have valid reason to get inside the studio. कोई casting direction का office नहीं था. To really find work was almost impossible. It was word of mouth that was far more important than anything else. What I remember, small room in a cooperative chawl setup. Saurabh Shukla and me sharing the room, getting up and finding 5 other people sleeping there, trying to find food, somehow.
सर जब आप ये दिनों के बारे में बात करते हैं और जब आप आपका करियर देखते हैं, आज आप इधर बैठे 30 इयर्स के बाद, वो कौन से लोग हैं आपकी जर्नी में जिसका सबसे ज़्यादा सपोर्ट रहा है आपके लिए?
इनिशियल डेज में अनुभव सिन्हा था, जिसके घर जा सकता था मैं। विनीत कुमार करके, वो मेरे रूममेट भी थे और एक तरीके से कहें तो बहुत कुछ सिखाते भी थे। सौरभ शुक्ला था, कभी कभी तिग्मांशु धुलिया से मिलना होता था। आशीष विद्यार्थी था, ही यूज्ड टू really take me to all the directors that he was working with. You can't forget these people, you don't meet each other. There is a distance because all of us got married, all of us got work. In Mumbai, once the work is far more important than anything else, because this is what you are here for, and Mumbai only loves the people who are working. Everyone wants work to be relevant, to be desired, to be wanted. Nobody gives a second look here if you are not working.
So you just said, कि life gets on, हम लोगों को काम मिल जाता है, शादी हो जाती है, so friends kind of get busy in their own lives. What is the influence your wife has had in your career?
Immense. We love each other and we fight with each other like cats and dogs. This relationship has survived for 25 years. If I could freely move around, it's because of her.
Support.
Yes, and complete belief in me, and biggest critique of mine. She doesn't even want me to even for a second enjoy the laurel for a minute longer. She wants me to be realistic about everything. Secondly, the culture that she comes from, I have learnt a lot from her parents and from her, how to respect each and every religion, how to look at God in the most scientific and the most realistic way, pragmatic way, and with all the respect. I have learned of reading because of her. She's a voracious reader. She keeps questioning, asking right questions that sometimes completely throws me off. Yes, there are too many things I can go on.
Yeah.
And yes, and she's the mother of my child.
So she's somebody who keeps you really grounded. I can
Right.
see little emotion. Are you getting little emotional?
Yeah, I'm too much in love with everything that she has given to me.
How nice to have such a solid partnership.
We are more of friends,
Yeah.
We have too many disagreements. Believe me, it's too many.
Which is natural, I
It's a
would think.
chaotic, noisy house. Even my daughter is like a fighter cock. So
So cute.
But there is immense amount of gratefulness for each other.
Their support and strength keep
Right.
you grounded.
Right.
What else do you need in a family?
Yeah.
When you look at the industry from those days when you started and today when you go on a set, एक ऐसी कौन सी चीज़ है जो इतनी बदली है बट यू विश कि यार आई विश ये सेम होती, क्योंकि कितना चेंज हुआ है इंडस्ट्री में, सेट्स पे, ऐसी कोई चीज़?
चला गया, खत्म हो गया. There are too many lobbies. We say that we are a fraternity. We are not. We are fragmented. We are separated by a distance. We don't relate to each other. We don't welcome each other. In our own bubble, which is very sad. Which is not healthy for any industry. It will always stop the industry's growth. As a whole.
So in spite of the bubble, look where you've reached.
What I miss when I read about those olden days, Bimal Roy sir, surrounded by all the literary people, discussing, collaborating. What I miss is Raj Kapoor ji sitting with all the great poets and the literature people and getting inspired. Now everything is about elitism. It has been killing us. We separate each other because of classicism. We become classist. That is not for the industry to become. We are talking about the stories. We are talking about the poems. We are a medium of art, which also makes money. But now it's all vice versa.
I was going to talk about this medium of art, and some people say कि ये हम एंटरटेन करने के लिए फिल्म्स बनाते हैं, और जब भी मैं किसी से पूछती हूँ क्या फिल्म मेकर की, एक एक्टर की कोई रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होती है कि आप कैसी फिल्में बना रहे हैं, क्योंकि कभी कभी ऐसी फिल्में आती है जो हमको 20 साल पीछे ले जाती है। एज एन एक्टर क्या आपको लगता है कि एक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होती है फिल्म मेकर की, एक्टर की, कि वो कौन सी फिल्म कर रहे हैं, कैसी फिल्म?
मेरे ख्याल से सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी से ज़्यादा और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टुवर्ड्स द मीडियम होना चाहिए. द मोमेंट यू हैव दैट रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी एज अ क्रिएटर, एज अ creative person, everything else falls down in place. Social responsibility पे जाएंगे तो everything will go wrong. तो जो लोग कहते हैं एंटरटेनमेंट के लिए बनाते हैं, उसका मतलब है कि राज कपूर जी की फिल्में फ्लॉप होती थी? क्या लोग उनको नापसंद करते थे? क्या वो बुरे डायरेक्टर थे? क्या बिमल रॉय जी की फिल्में फ्लॉप होती थी? वो भी एंटरटेन करती थी. But they were not compromising in storytelling. They were telling their story without even thinking that the audience is an unintelligent person. आप जब कहते हो कि मैं एंटरटेनमेंट के लिए बनाता हूँ तो आप किस चीज़ से बनाते हो? कैमरे से ही बनाते हो ना. The moment camera is involved, it's called cinema. Just be responsible to that. Create something new. Find good stories and enrich your cinema. Entertain. You can entertain. Yes. Mr. Raj Kapoor has shown the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mr. Subhash Ghai in his earlier film has shown the way. Nobody is telling you to make a boring film. If you don't agree with independent cinema, you make your own film. But at least it is cinema at the end of the day. I work in independent films too, and I just kind of enjoy myself being part of them, collaborating with them. I push those filmmakers. But I must say that independent filmmakers are growing in numbers, but they are not getting mentors here. वो सारे big international film festivals, they are registering their presence. But similarly, are you trying to push the envelope? Are you being creative? Yeah. Are you being responsible to your own genre that you claim that you only know to make those kind of films? I don't think you are.
But I think you are an actor who's doing that.
Go for the story, go for the talents. I chase them. I try to find them.
Really?
Yeah. What do you think? That Kanu Bahal, I got him just like that. He came to me. No, I spoke to him. I said, please give me something if you have anything. I found there was Shish Makhija. Not that I've done any favor to them. No, yeah. I was looking for my kind of films, for my kind of directors.
Even like recently, so All We Imagine as Light came, and I spoke to Payal Kapadia. She was saying that there are so many independent film directors. They're doing such amazing work, but the support is lacking.
It's lacking.
अगर आज producers थोड़े पैसे साइड पे रख के हमको दे दे, हमारी फिल्म इतने पैसे में बन जाती है.
वो नहीं देंगे आपको. We'll have to create that ecosystem. We'll have to find new ways to create the fund. इस इंडस्ट्री से तो नहीं मिलने वाला है कि बिकॉज दे आर नॉट इंटरेस्टेड. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, इफ दे आर न्यूट्रल and they are ready to listen to these filmmakers, then there is a hope. They are not interested. If the platforms are not interested, the producers are not interested.
I hope it changes.
Yeah, it will change. Believe me, it's just a pause time.
And you're already leading the way for us.
I just hope so.
So recently, what's making news is your collaboration with Mr. Ram Gopal Verma.
Right.
Please tell us about that.
There are two people I'm completely indebted to, Mr. Shekhar Kapoor and Mr. Ram Gopal Verma. Mr. Kapoor has introduced me to cinema. He cast me in Bandit Queen, completely trusted me. Mr. Ram Gopal Verma, when my career was going nowhere, I could not, I was almost, I'm done with all the hopes about myself. I found a huge mentor in him. And he kept on supporting me, kept on believing in me. He gave me a career. Mr. Shekhar Kapoor called me up and said, there is a guest appearance in my Masoom 2. Will you do it? I said, yes, sir. Then I'll narrate the role to you one day. I said, no, sir. Please tell me about it when I come for the shoot. Because I feel too grateful to them. And I feel too scared even to ask them or to expect story narration from them. Similarly with Mr. Ram Gopal Verma, he called me and said, Mr. Bajpayee, I have an idea about a script. And this is the idea. Immediately he told me. So he doesn't stop. He doesn't. In 5 lines he told me on the phone. I said, okay, sir, when you want to do it, because I'm too busy. So he said, whenever there is window, you let me know, we'll plan it. Even Sarkar 3 I have done.
Yeah.
So he called me, he said, I want you to be part of it. That's it. If he says, I want you in this film, I am there. No matter what I do, I will never be able to repay them.
Is it a day from the sets of Satya that you still remember
Oh,
very
everything,
clearly?
everything. ऐसा लगता है जैसे कल हुई थी. जैसे उस समय वैन का ऐसा सिस्टम नहीं था, उर्मिला के लिए वैन थी. लेकिन बाकी हम सब नए लोग थे, तो हम सेट पे खाना खाते थे, सेट पे ही सो जाते थे. मुझे अभी भी याद है कि मैं सेट पे हमेशा, क्योंकि मेरी आदत है खाना खाने के बाद थोड़ा टहल के और थोड़ा नैप लेने की, तो मैं कोई ना कोई कोना ढूंढता था जहाँ पे कोई बेंच पड़ा हो, और उस पर मैं नींद में सो जाता था. व्हाट आई रिमेंबर गोइंग टू रामू's प्लेस, एंड whenever I used to get into his shower, I made friends with his cook. So I used to be hungry with no food, no money. And then his cook realized that, I'm a hungry man. Whenever I come, I'm always hungry. So चुपके से वो मुझे एक प्लेट में दाल और चिकन वगैरह डाल करके मुझे दे देता था. और मैं आज तक वो फूड क्रेव करता हूँ. इतना हम लोग डेस्परेट थे क्रिएट करने के लिए, नया करने के लिए. एवरी डे यूज्ड टू बी एन एडवेंचर. आ जाओ, आज शूटिंग है. सुबह फ़ोन आया, कौन सी शूटिंग, क्या सीन कर रहे हैं, पता नहीं. वहाँ जा रहे हैं तो एक सीन लिख के दिया जा रहा है कि ये है. अननोन था सब कुछ, बट एडवेंचरस था.
सर, बिगनिंग ऑफ द इंटरव्यू में आपने बोला था कि मुझे मन नहीं करता कि मैं एक दिन भी रुकूं, क्योंकि मैंने इतना सैक्रिफाइस किया है वो टाइम अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ. पर आजकल बहुत एक्टर्स बोल रहे हैं कि हमको थोड़ा ब्रेक लेना, थक गए, थोड़ा रिकैलिब्रेट करके वापस आएंगे. आपको कभी ऐसा लगता है अभी कि आप
सर, अगर किसी इंडिविजुअल की चॉइस है.
हाँ जी
जी, किसी को लगता है कि वो उसको मेंटल या फिजिकल उसको फटीग हो रहा है.
हाँ जी,
ही इज़ राइट टू टेक अ पॉज.
एब्सोल्युटली.
लेकिन मेरे साथ में होता नहीं. मैं 6 दिन की छुट्टी के बाद बोर हो जाता हूँ. आई वांट टू गेट बैक टू वर्क.
डज इट कम फ्रॉम एनी प्लेस ऑफ फियर सर, कि एक वो होता है कि मेरे में है ही
है
नहीं कि
ना,
मैं बैठूं?
बिल्कुल है. तो फियर है ना, काम मिल रहा है, कर लो भाई, कब सूख जाएगा पता नहीं. तो ये तो वो तो लग्जरी नहीं है हमारे पास. मेरे दिमाग में हमेशा वो रहता है कि यार अभी हो रहा है. तो माई वाइफ समटाइम्स ही कंप्लेन्स है, यार टाइम ही नहीं दे रहे हो, तो यू शुड स्टे बैक, स्टे एट होम विद योर डॉटर. आई सेड प्लीज़ यार ज़्यादा मत बोलो, काम खत्म हो जाएगा, नज़र लग जाएगी. येस, आई हैव दैट फियर दैट वन डे, बिकॉज आई स्टेड विदाउट वर्क फॉर वेरी लॉन्ग टाइम, 25 years. Work in abundance started happening only since 5 years. And thanks to OTT, that my kind of films and the directors started, coming up, and the choices are too many. So why should I stop now? After 25 years.
I don't think you need to stop only, I'm just saying. So talking of OTT, your next film's coming on Z5, Despatch. There's the nude scene in the film is being spoken about after so many years. You've never done the nude scene before, but for this film you did. Was it easy to convince you? And what is the relevance of the scene to the story? How does it take it forward?
It's not there to titillate you. Even Kanu Bahal, he had to say 2 sentences to convince me. I've done it without any, abandonment. But
yeah.
लेकिन जब मैंने कर लिया तब मुझे डर लगना शुरू हुआ. क्योंकि जब आप कर रहे हैं तो यू आर इन अ डिफरेंट जोन ऑल टुगेदर. करने के बाद मैं हमेशा जो है लगा कि यार पता नहीं यार लोग इसका मतलब समझ पाएंगे कि नहीं. बट कनु का कहना जो है बहुत वैलिड है. ये आदमी की पर्सनल लाइफ पे इतना फोकस हम कर रहे हैं, उसको वी आर कैरेक्टर स्टडी कर रहे हैं. इन पेयर्स के कपल के बीच में जो हो रहा है बंद कमरे में, अगर वो एक्सचेंज हमने नहीं देखा, देन हम ट्रूली उसकी डार्कनेस जो है हम लोगों तक नहीं पहुंचा पाएंगे. तो इवन द मेकआउट सीक्वेंसेज यू विल सी देयर सो मच darkness.
Yeah, and it's so short and close up.
And close up, yeah. Whatever emotion that is left between husband and wife, whatever emotion is there between this young girlfriend and this middle-aged journalist, you see it in its full form. It is not something which is going to arouse anybody. It is actually going to scare you. That naked I run and go into balcony to take the call.
Yeah.
We just finished with the love making, and suddenly I get a call. Wearing your pant, wearing your shirt, then you get in the balcony. तब तक तो call ही कट जाएगा.
And those calls were very important.
Those calls are very important. तो ये शायद होता अगर मेन स्ट्रीम फिल्म होती. लेकिन कनु बहल जिस तरह के रियलिज्म में, डार्क रियलिज्म में जाना चाह रहा था, उसमें तो ये मुमकिन नहीं. मैं तो खुद ही बहुत शर्मिला आदमी हूँ. मैं गांव से आता हूँ. मैं आज तक कंफर्टेबल नहीं हुआ एक शर्ट किसी और के सामने पहनने में, इवन इन फ्रंट ऑफ माई वाइफ. सो मैं खुद बहुत शर्मिला, हेल्ड बैक आदमी. आई डिड इट बिकॉज because I could understand the need of it. When I was running naked, the people were on the set. I didn't care. If you ask me even to change my shirt in front of 5 people or 1 person, I will not.
Because that's the actor Manoj Bajpayee. This is the person Manoj
Right.
Bajpayee. थोड़ा difference है
Yeah,
दोनों में.
yeah.
जब आप इस role के बारे में research कर रहे थे and you're prepping for the role, what is the one thing that surprised you about journalism while you were essaying the role of Joy for Dispatch?
The only thing, you are not getting paid well. Your life is in tatters. So much risk you are taking in finding the truth behind a scam. Any day you can be killed. And if you are not killed, it's a surprise for an investigative journalist. And that too in those days, when there was no accountability for anything, right? There was no social media. How could this man or people like this, Joy Bagh, survive those days? It was dangerous.
So before we go, we have one last quick question. If you had to debut today and not 30 years back, how do you think things would be different for you?
It will be completely different. Look at the generation which came after us. They started getting everything in 2 years' time. So anybody who's a good actor, the word spread like wildfire that there is a very good actor there. You know, people should have a look at him. And suddenly, in no time, he has two films, 3 films, 4 films. I'm telling you, just 4 years. I think 4 years back, I started getting some choices. Otherwise, it was a struggle to find one film. Then there is a lull, then finding another film. It was very difficult. And that too when you don't want to compromise on your choices.
So do you always getting films that you don't have to compromise on your choices and always doing the best work?
Thank you.